This weekend, my little 1991 Civic has been invited to display indoors at one of the UK's biggest Japanese car shows, Japanese Performance Show. But looking around at the standard of cars here, I'm not entirely sure it belongs.
All this time, I've been holding on so tight, 'cause all that I do was easy to use. So call my time, but you weren't really mine, just something to do. Thought I never knew.
Now you've had a teaser of some of the best cars here, and then there's mine. Let's see if the little EF can hold its own today. I came to Japanese Performance Show last year, not to display the EF, just a spectator ticket, so I already knew just how high the standard of the cars here is. And this year, my little Civic EF has been invited to display indoors alongside them. So if I'm going to park this thing amongst some of the best Japanese cars in the country, it's got to look its absolute best. And that meant a lot of polishing. My shoulders ached for about 2 days after this. Now I used Autoglim Super Resin Polish, but car people can get pretty passionate about what they use on their paint. I'm always open to better products, so I'd love to know what you use. Please tell me in the comments section. Good morning, day 2 of polishing. I had about 5 hours on it last night, and I'm probably going to have another 3 hours on it now before heading over to Telford. Now at this height, tell you what I've never done before is actually polish, properly machine polish all the lower half of the body, and she is looking lovely and glossy. Yeah, quite happy with how this is going. So I'm going to lower it down now and do the top half. Look at these lights, man, they're like red pills. They're just gorgeous, aren't they? I love this light bar across the back, it's one of my favourite things. Right, let's get polishing anyway. Well, you've seen enough polishing. I certainly know that I've had enough polishing to last me a lifetime, so I'll leave you with this clip of Ted helping me clean the wheels. And now I'm polishing the inside of the wheels. I think I may have become a little bit obsessed. But come on, look at them. Mugen R&Rs, genuine centre caps, and Toyo R888Rs. They do look bloody good, don't they? With all the hard work of cleaning and polishing finally done, I was left with a mixture of excitement and a little bit of trepidation about the trip ahead. So I packed up the cleaning kit, loaded up all the camera gear, and got ready to head for Telford. Right then, it's about an hour's drive from here. The car's clean, camera batteries are charged, and now I just hope that the car looks like it belongs when we get there. Yeah, well, we're here, guys. I've no idea what's going on. I guess this is the strange bit. We've all arrived, but nobody knows where they're going yet. Thankfully, somebody did know what the score was, and they've already told me that apparently Hondas have already been called. So I wonder if I'm going to be the late nuisance now, trying to get past everybody into the Honda bit. But yeah, let's go and find home. This is the unglamorous bit where you just do a lot of waiting to get in. But in there somewhere is our parking space for the weekend. And then finally we were inside. The hall was still almost empty, but over the next few hours this place was going to be transformed. I've never really experienced this pre-show calmness. It feels really cool and a bit special. Right, this is where we're staying. The journey's over. It's Saturday evening. The hall is filling up behind me, and by this time tomorrow there'll be thousands of people here. This was supposed to be a pretty straightforward video. Take the EF to the biggest Japanese car show of the year, show you some incredible cars, and hopefully come home with a trophy. Although, let's be honest, that was a pipe dream. But halfway there, I realised I'd left the bloody Civic keys at home. So, we turned around. The show started at 11, and to be fair, we got there by about half 11, so no harm done. but the crowds were already huge, as you can see. Now that lad there, he definitely said EFs are the best, right?
Brace of Integras here. The mix of Euro and JDM in headlights. I prefer the JDM headlights myself. What about you? Do you like the spotlights? Or do you like the light bars? These are the best, aren't they? And of course, you know we love B series. Everybody putting case locks into everything these days. B series is where it's at. And if you follow this channel, I'm sure you think the same. And look what we've got parked next to us. Shout out to Lee, one of the raddest NSXs in the country right now, with this wicked Red Bull livery. What a fantastic car. Good job, Lee.
Now, I wasn't actually expecting Lee to be here. He just messaged me a few days before the show. Now, we actually met more than 10 years ago when we were both into Honda SMXs. He told me he was coming to the show, and somehow, out of the entire show, he ended up parked right next to me. It's funny where the JDM scene takes you. 10 years ago we were both driving Honda SMXs, and now we're parked next to each other at one of the biggest Japanese car shows in the country, and he's turned up in an NSX.
Now here's something really special to me. I love a 300ZX. I shall pop a picture up in the corner now of my old 300ZX, but this one is a lot cleaner than mine was, in the Calsonic Impul livery. That looks absolutely superb, with a great ride height, and those what do we call these? I'm not sure what you can call those wheels, but I like the look of them anyway. And I like writing on the side wall of a tyre. What do you think? That V6 shoehorned in there, and this is the twin turbo version as well. Now these are great to drive, but when they go wrong you have to take the engine out to change the turbos or do a lot of work, and the older ones of these do suffer with the engine harness getting brittle and hard because these engine bays get really heat soaked. But if you've got the time and the patience to work on them, really cool car. Love that.
I took my 1991 Honda Civic to one of the biggest Japanese car shows in the UK, surrounded by some of the best cars in the country, and wondered whether it belonged. Well, this guy obviously thinks so, doesn't he?
How about that? Mugen kitted CRX. Very clean. I saw this guy at Santa Pod in the show and shine. He didn't win, but he certainly deserved a win. Look at that. What a fantastic machine. Fantastic wheels. Look at that. Very nice. Nice side sweep on the exhaust, we love that. Oh, and the lights are on, what a lovely touch. Yes, and I love the ride height on it as well. I mean, I personally prefer a hatch, not really into CRXs, but obviously I appreciate any EF, whether it's a CRX or a sedan even. There's a sedan out in the car park, I'll show you that later. Look at the engine bay on this one. Very nice. He's parked up next to us. All you guys out there with the black cars, you know how hard it is to get the swirls out of a black car, but this one is immaculate. God knows how long polishing it would take to get that. Anybody with a black car would give their left arm to get rid of the swirls and have that level of gloss. That is absolutely sick. Very nice. Fans of this channel will know that I'm a big fan of the Acti. Really want one of these. I'm certain one day the channel is going to feature one. Except in my true fashion, it'll be an old rusty one that I'll have to spend months and months refurbishing, rather than spending money buying something as fancy as this. Mind you, I really like the older ones with the circular headlights. But this is really cool, isn't it? America! Yes, bringing back the neons. Look at that. Love it. Yeah. FK8 with neons. Love it. Now, obviously I'm a Honda guy, but this is the king. It's the R32 GTR in gunmetal grey. Now, if I had a lottery win, or maybe if the channel even got monetized, this would be the one. This would be the one I got. Now, many years ago, probably like 15 years ago, I looked at one of these and it was up for £8,999, and I didn't buy it. And I'm absolutely kicking myself now, because these are worth in excess of £60,000 in good condition. A low mileage one going for £100,000 plus. So yeah, we can dream, can't we? Maybe one day. Bikes ain't really my thing, but that's really cool, isn't it? If you're into bikes, that is cool. Mirka likes bikes, don't you? And it's a Ninja. And it's a Ninja. That is cool, very cool. With a sort of chrome chameleon colour wrap, or well, I assume it's a wrap. Look at this, we have an imposter. There is a Volkswagen at the Japanese car show. Maybe it's a Japanese import Volkswagen. More neons, aren't we loving the BMW Supra? And I say that because the number plate has BMW Supra on it. This Rocket Bunny kit is wild, isn't it? And a lovely choice of colour as well, I think. Stands out. Bit of a Marmite kind of colour, love it or hate it. And look at that big wang. Huge GT wing, I love it. And I love the cheeky number plate, BMW Supra. Well, it's Japanese enough for me. And with the Rocket Bunny kit, massive thumbs up from me. Another really special car to me. Now, I used to have an S14A and I had an S13 200SX as well. In America you might call that a 180 or a 240SX, but in Europe they were called a 200SX. And they had a CA18 DET, which is 1.8 turbo, and then it updated to this, the PS13. So you got these like super cool light bar headlights, and you get a bit of a sedan back end, and the pill-shaped lights on the back of these are just sick. I mean, this is all blacked out, you can't really tell on the camera, but the shape of this sedan shape, it's basically a 200SX in sedan form, but with the updated headlights. I just love this. I always yearned after one. I could never afford one, and of course now they're more expensive than I'll ever be able to afford. Well, not ever. Let's see. Watch this space, you never know, I might win the lottery. But yeah, from the CA18 Det they updated to the SR20 Det, 2-litre turbo, legendary engine. Yeah, fantastic. We've just come back to the car here, and look what we have found here. Ascend Society. Who are you guys? You're invited. Join the inner circle. That sounds very exclusive and very fun. Probably shouldn't be showing you the QR code if it's exclusive, so I'm going to blur that out. But yeah, how exciting. Right, I'm going to pocket that. Zoink. Oh yeah, guys, look what we got. Hopefully you can see that. Got us a new air freshener. What do you think, cheeky bum?
Sorry to interrupt, but this is gorgeous, by the way.
Hey, dude. Cheers, man.
You're talking about me or the car?
The car. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're gorgeous as well, love. Yeah, they're genuine Mugans, yeah. Yeah, they're pretty rare to get a set these days, especially with all the centre caps.
Yeah, definitely. Quite like mine, to be fair. I have the Fat Fives.
Nice.
The G on mine, and they were ruined when I got them.
And an EF.
No, I got an EK.
Is it here?
Yeah, it's outside, a grey one with yellow lights.
Grey one with yellow lights.
Yeah.
We'll get outside and have a look. Yeah, yeah. We're just trying to do the inside of the place first.
Wow, I do like it. I love the little grey accents on it as well. That's kind of like my colour of the car, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gunmetal grey. That's the one, mate. I think maybe I was inspired by the Skyline R32. Gunmetal grey is the one. Yeah. I had this resprayed like 5 or 6 years ago. And of course I had the choice, didn't I? So the guy who was painting it said, you know, do you want other things, different colours? So the wheels, the trim, the line, the Go Faster stripe, everything's gunmetal grey and white.
Nice.
Yeah.
How long you rode it for?
Oh, like 18 years.
Damn.
Yeah, man. I bought these when they were cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I paid like 430 quid for it.
What?
Yeah. Safe, man. Thanks for dropping by.
Yeah. I'll see you around.
Yeah, see you around. Right, time to do some EF spotting. Whoa, somebody's having an exhaust banging session there. I don't know if you can hear me, hopefully you can, because I want to talk about this sedan. Love the BBS wheels, or are they BBS reps? I don't mind if they're replicas or not. I think they look fantastic. This one is in several shades of grey and silver. I'm just going to go ahead and say that it's mid-project, but I still appreciate it nonetheless. So far we got my hatch, this sedan, and I think I've seen 4 or 5 CRXs, but just great to see the EF series being represented. Now, if you are into Civics, then you've got to love the EG. This is an iconic series. Obviously, I love the EF, and this channel is all about the EF, but an EG is one of the coolest Civics, and of course this is sporting the B series, the king of engines. And Crowdy, just for you, it's an EG, and it's on Enkeys. How's about that? An EG on Enkeys with a B series engine. That is a god tier combo. Out going from hotel to hotel, really? Like 3 or 4 hotels a week. As you know, I love a little nugget, and this works. Suzuki Alto is as nuggety as it comes. This is fantastic condition. I bet that's really, really fun to drive. Super lightweight, probably around 700 or 800 kilos, but that is super, super cool. Love that. Now, how is this for a rarity? It is a Mitsubishi Starion, and this one is in absolutely immaculate order. I don't know much about them. It's got a 4-cylinder turbo engine, I know about that much, but other than that, it's got a wide arch kit, very nice paintwork, huge dish on the wheels. Look at that, absolutely stunning. Sorry, getting my finger in the shot there. Carbon wing. Absolutely stunning. I love this air outlet on the back wing. Look at that. Absolutely superb. Lovely 80s fashion rear light clusters. They absolutely hit the spot for me every time. I'll tell you what, it's really clean. The way these quarters are buttoned up like that. There's a lovely row of fixings. Very, very cleanly done. BC, apparently, BC Performance forged wheels. Don't know much about them, but I know they look good. Doesn't get more 80s retro than that, does it? Super, super clean. Love it. Another iconic Honda, the EK9. This one is a very nice example on raised bolts, which is a great wheel choice for these. Look at this, we've even got a mirror, so I'm guessing it is spotless underneath. Look at that. Superb. I wish mine was that clean, for sure. And naturally, God's engine, the B series, an exposed timing belt. I'm not sure what I'm going to do when it comes to my B20 build. I think I might do something similar to this. I don't really like an exposed belt. I don't like the idea of any debris getting in there, but I do like to see it. And this one's got the coil pack conversion as well. Another thing that I want to do. I think I'm going to use a Digi-Dizzy for that one. How's that? super clean EK9. Absolutely fantastic. How's this for a clean build? We've got an EJ6 Coupe in this beautiful colour, which is so glossy. There's no swirls or anything in there. What a great paint job. And I love this downturned exhaust tip. Absolutely fantastic. What are these Nankang A08s? I'm not sure without reading them, but they're sticky. They're big and they're sticky. All stripped out. Look at this, we've got some old vehicle handbooks as well. Nice little rarities to have, aren't they? Yellow contrast on the roll cage, really like that. Interior, absolutely immaculate. Lovely Recaros. And then, of course, a fantastic K20 swap. Super clean. Carbon wings, really nice. And carbon intake plenum. Wow, that is superb. I like this coil pack cover as well. That looks very nice. We've got these little sort of windows here just to see the top of the coil packs. That is very smart. And the engine bay, just as highly polished as the outside of the body. Super clean, white wire tucked. Absolutely lovely. I think this might belong to one of the Fuel Good Garage crew. And if it is, shout out to you. Right, just prepare yourself, because there's a reason I don't leave the bonnet open at shows.
Come on, let's see.
It's a mess.
What I'm discussing here with this fella, I only just met him at this show. His name's Tim. Hello, mate, if you're watching. So yeah, I'm discussing the colour of the engine bay. Now, when I put the B20 VTEC into this, my thoughts were spray the bay white, because the bay is currently still the original colour that the car was, which is like a gunmetal grey. Now, what Tim suggested was to leave the engine bay in gunmetal grey because he liked the contrast. Now, I'm kind of coming round to his way of thinking. Now he's said that, I think actually a gunmetal grey engine bay could be a vibe. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below.
Enjoy it for a few years. Now then, Lee, how you doing?
Talking cars while you were getting asked questions.
Oh man.
And then they started talking handbags then, so we lost interest.
I think it's fun. Pops, it's the only person I know here.
I couldn't believe it. He messaged me on Insta a few days ago and he was like, oh, you were at Chap Show? I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, cool, me too. Fucking ends up parking next to me.
Not planned.
Not planned at all, mate, no.
I'm seeing this on Instagram all the time.
Oh, yeah? Oh, sick.
Desperately want to get it.
I haven't got that many followers, so I'm surprised you've seen it, but yeah, man.
I've never seen it personally. I remember you telling me about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I've had it a long time, eh? And to be fair, I did spend about 8 hours polishing it before today. Yeah, she scrubbed up alright, yeah. Take her easy, nice to meet you, buddy.
So, did the little EF belong here? Honestly, I think it did. I came here surrounded by some of the best Japanese cars in the country, wondering whether my 1991 Honda Civic EF would look a bit out of place. But seeing people stop to look at it, hearing people compliment it, and just have it sitting here alongside cars like these, yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. And the funny thing is, this isn't even the finished car yet. There's still a B20 VTEC waiting to go in that engine bay. So, if you want to see where this build goes next, subscribe and come along for the ride. And if you've enjoyed this one, I'll see you in the next video. See you on the beach.